Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I will share the result of our review presentation. Before starting, I will introduce the member of the group. The first is Wedi Kusuma, the second is Melia Putri. Okay, straight away, I will went to the presentation material which was read by Amelia Putri.
A. Curriculum during the Old Order. 1. Curriculum 1947. The first curriculum that was born after Indonesia's independence was called lesson plans. Lesson plan orientation does not emphasize the education of the mind. The priority is character education, state and community awareness. The curriculum 1947 is based on the spirit of the time and the atmosphere of national life. The curriculum 1947 was only officially implemented in schools starting in 1950. The subject matter was related to events and everyday life and paid attention to art education and physical education. The form of this curriculum contains two main things, namely A. List of subject and teaching hours. B. Teaching outlines. 2. Curriculum 1952. After the 1947 lesson plans, in 1952, the Indonesian government, through the Ministry of Education, Teaching and Culture published a primary school curriculum guidebook that detailed each subject, namely the Unraveled Lesson Plan 1952. This curriculum functioned to guide teachers in pursuing activities in elementary schools. A teacher teaches on subjects. This has the advantage that the teachers masters the field of teaching better. This curriculum has led to a national education system. It includes the type of lesson that must be part of student activities in learning at schools. The course syllabus is very clear. The subject matter has been oriented to the life needs of the students. 3. Curriculum 1964. In 1964, the government again perfected the curriculum system in Indonesia. This curriculum was named the 1964 Education Plan or Curriculum 1964. The main ideas of the curriculum 1964 were that the government wanted the people to receive academic knowledge for the provision of elementary school levels, so that learning was centered on the Pancawardhana program. Basic education placed more emphasis on knowledge and practical functional activities. The focus of the curriculum 1964 was on the development of Pancawardhana, namely creativity, taste, intention, work, and morals. According to Hamalik 2004, subjects are classified into 5 groups of fields of study, namely moral development, intelligence, emotional, or artistic skills, and physical. B. Curriculum during the New Order. 1. Curriculum 1968. The birth of the curriculum 1968 was influenced by change in the political system from the old order regime to the new order regime. The curriculum 1968 made change to the curriculum structure that emphasized the subject organization approach to become a group for fostering the Pancasila soul, basic knowledge, and special skills. The number of hours of lesson is 9 subjects. The emphasis of this curriculum is on what materials can be given to students at every level of education. In terms of educational goals, the Curriculum 1968 is directed at effort to form true, strong, and healthy Pancasila people, physically, moral, character, and religious belief. The content of education is directed at activities to enhance intelligence and skills, as well as develop a health and strong psyche. 2. Curriculum 1975. The Curriculum 1975 is structured with educational goals oriented. This means that all learning materials and teaching and learning activities are selected, planned, and organized in accordance with the educational goals to be achieved. As a consequence of the goal-oriented approach, the Curriculum 1975 view the teaching-learning situation as a system that includes the component of lesson objective, teaching materials, learning tools, evaluation tools, and teaching methods as a tool to implement the pattern of development and implementation of teaching programs. Teachers use the Instructional System Development Procedure (PSSI) in completing lesson units. Assessment system by implementing PPSI. An assessment is given at the end of each lesson or at the end of a particular lesson unit. This is what distinguishes is from the previous curriculum, which provides assessment at the end of the semester or the end of the year only. 3. Curriculum 1984. That's why in 1984 the government decided to change the Curriculum 1975 to the Curriculum 1984. The Curriculum 1984 has the following characteristics. 1. Oriented the learning objectives, meaning that before choosing or determining teacher materials, the first thing that must be formulated it was goals student must achieve. 2. The learning approach is student-centered of active student learning. 3. The material is packaged using a spiral approach. Spiral in an approach used in packaging teaching materials based on the depth and breadth of the subject matters. 4. Instilling understanding before being given training. 5. The material is presented based on the level of readiness and maturity of students. 6. Using a process skills approach.
4. Curriculum 1994. The curriculum was made as an complement to the curriculum. This had an impact on the lesson time division system, namely by changing from a semester system to a quarterly system, which a quarterly system which is divided in on years into the stage is expected to provide opportunities for students to be able to record quite a lot of subject matter. During the implementation of the curriculum, several problems emerged, mainly as a result of the tendency toward a mastery of material approach. Problems were during the implement of the curriculum 1994. This probably policy marker to improve the curriculum. One of the improvement efforts was the implement of the curriculum 1994 supplements. The improvement was carried out by taking into account the process of curriculum improvement. The refinement of the curriculum at the primary and secondary education level was carried out in stages of short-term refinement and long-term refinements. C. Curriculum during the Reformation era curriculum 2004 component-based curriculum. The emergence of KBK in the line with the emergence of the spread of education reforms. The low quality of education is another driving factor for the need for curriculum change. In the context of education reform, one of these changes related to curriculum change was a means of achieving educational goals. For this purpose, the government as programmer and competency-based curriculum as reference of guideline for the implementation of education to develop various fields of education at an all level and pathway of education, especially in the school education path. The purpose of the competency-based curriculum is to become independent or empower school in developing competence that will be conveyed to student according to environmental conditions. The purpose of the competency-based curriculum is to develop the potential of students to face their future roles by developing a number of life skills. 2. Curriculum 2006. The education level curriculum is an operational curriculum that is prepared and implemented by each education unit. The preparation of the KTSP is carried out by the education unit by taking into account and based on competency standards and basic competential developments by the National Education Standards Agency. KTSP is prepared and developed based on Law 20 of 2003 concerning the National Education System Act 36 program, and in general the purpose of implementing the KTSP is to become independent and empower education units through guaranteeing entry to educational institution and educating schools to make participatory decision-making in curriculum development. The characteristics of the KTSP can be seen among others from how school and educational unit can optimize performance, the learning process, the management of learning resource, the professionalism of the educational staff, and the assessment system. The curriculum 2013 in the revisional curriculum development them in the curriculum 2013. It is hoped the curriculum can produce Indonesian people who are productive, creative, innovative, effective, strengthening integrated attitudes, skill, and knowledge for major change in the curriculum. 2013 curriculum concepts balancing between hard skill and soft skills, starting from graduate competency, standards, contents, standard process, standard and assessment standard, book usage activity based for SD written in an integrated manner, learning process, assessment process. Curriculum 2013 revision of the curriculum document has been carried out in the 2016 from the result of the 2013 completed revision innovate, and teacher will find it easier to implement on the result of the curriculum 2013 revision the task of growing student positive character in a shared responsibility mathematics teacher if they see the history of children cannot say that is the duty of religion teacher and PPKN teacher alone. In remain the responsibility of all teachers recording the implementation of the curriculum 2013. Teacher will add an instructor training instead. A curriculum during pandemic area new normal. During a pandemic like now, it affected the curriculum in school to alleviate learning difficulties during the COVID-19 period. An emergency curriculum and learning module was put in place. The emergency curriculum is a simplification of basic competition. The reverse to the 2013 curriculum. The emergency curriculum is a simplification of basic competence for each subject, so that in focusment on essential, potential, and proficient competential for continuing learning and the next level. By fulfilling the following provision, the emergency curriculum can be applied, namely the implementation of the curriculum is valid until the end of the school years. The emergency curriculum is expected to facilitate the learning process during the pandemic, and the emergency curriculum is expected to help reduce the obstacles faced by teachers, parents, and children during the pandemic. Baiklah, hanya itu yang dapat kami sampaikan. Kalau ada salah dan janggal, kami mohon maaf. Saya akhiri dengan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.